Let's dive right in. 2.4 Elements of the DNS. The DNS has three major components. The domain namespace and resource records, which are specifications for a tree-structured namespace and data associated with the names. Conceptually, each node and leaf of the domain namespace tree names a set of information, and query operations are attempts to extract specific types of information from a particular set. Query names the domain name of interest and describes the type of resource information that is desired. Example they give: the internet uses some of its domain names to identify hosts, queries for address, resources. Oh, these sentences are killer. Queries for address, resources, return internet, host addresses. I wonder how useful my comments on the side here are for people. Name servers are server programs which hold information about the domain tree structure and set information. A name server may cache, structure, or set information about any part of the domain tree, but in general a particular name server has complete information about a subset of the domain space, and pointers to other name servers that can be used to lead information from any part of the domain tree. Name servers know the parts of the domain tree for which they have complete information. A name server is said to be an authority for these parts of the namespace. Authoritative information is organized into units called zones, and these zones can be automatically distributed to the name servers which provide redundant service for the data in a zone. Resolvers are programs that extract information from name servers in response to client requests. Resolvers must be able to access at least one name server and use that name server's information to answer a query directly, or pursue the query using referrals to other name servers. A resolver will typically be a system routine that is directly accessible to user programs, hence no protocol is necessary between the resolver and the user program. So nice little graphic for you to think about how a DNS resolver works. They go on to say these three components roughly correspond to the three layers of views of the domain system. From the user's point of view, the domain system is accessed through a simple procedure or OS call to a local resolver. The domain space consists of a single tree, and the user can request information from any section of the tree. From the resolver's point of view, the domain system is composed of an unknown number of name servers. So if you're following along on the RFC itself, we just got to the bottom of page 6, each name server has one or more pieces of the whole domain tree's data, but the resolver views each of these databases as essentially static. From a name server's point of view, the domain system consists of separate sets of local information called zones. The name server has local copies of some of the zones. The name server must periodically refresh its zones from master copies in local files or foreign name servers. The name server must concurrently process queries that arrive from resolvers. In the interest of performance, implementations may couple these functions. For example, a resolver of the same machine as a name server might share a database consisting of the zones managed by the name server and the cache managed by the resolver. So I wonder what that would look like in practice. Well, I don't want to mess up how I've chunked these videos into parts, so this is the end of this video. In the third part, I'll talk about domain namespace and resource records.